In my humble opinion, no one can recreate Monica Bellucci's iconic 90s makeup. Let me tell you why. I made a video discussing this topic. It's called All These Beauties Have Something in Common. I can't remember what it's called. I'll pop it up here for you to check out, where I discuss specifically what people are missing when they recreate Monica Bellucci's iconic makeup. If you don't know who Monica Bellucci is, she's this stunning woman right here. Look at this. Look at it. I think she's like an Italian actress. Let me just double check. Yeah, Italian actress and model. Just stunningness. I tried to watch one of her videos yesterday, and it was blocked in my country. I really need to get a VPN. She has this iconic, soft, enhanced, blurred makeup look that just looks so flawless on her stunning face. Now, number one, the vast majority of us, I would say, are not blessed enough to look like her. Very unfortunately. Maybe like one or two people in the world look like Monica Bellucci. I am not blessed. I don't look a single thing like her. This is not just going to be an explanation, by the way. I am going to be showing you how to recreate her makeup look, her iconic look. But you need to understand a couple things. If you take a look at this iconic photo of her, she looks freaking flawless. Why this works so well. If you look at this eye makeup, she's wearing dark colors on her eyes, but she has dark colors in all of her features. Her eyes are dark brown. Her eyebrows are dark. Her hair is this like darker red color that really works beautifully with the lip color that she has going on, right? All of the makeup that she has on right now is not fighting her features. It is enhancing her features. Now, luckily for her, she has perfect features. Some of these are like AI edited or like whatever. Like if you see the weird tag, like the @ on it, it really bothers me when people like take photos. I've been seeing this with Angelina Jolie recently. Angelina Jolie, there's like other people, but Scarlett Johansson is another one. People are taking these like old photos of them and then like putting them in Facetune and like smoothing them and changing their features and then being like, oh, they're so beautiful. And I'm like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop doing that. So it was really hard actually to find like legit photos of her, like this photo as well. Perfect features, colors all working cohesively together. Her eye makeup is very much working with her eyebrow color, her hair color. Her blush color is extremely subtle. It's working beautifully with the lip color. It's an extremely simple makeup look. The reason that it works so perfectly for her is because it is tailored very much to her coloring and her face shape. Look at that. Perfection. It is nothing fancy. If we look right at this image right here, you can see brows like maybe slightly filled or just brushed. This looks like a naked lip. She's just got this like blurred, heavy liner on the top lid that doesn't look crazy on her because she has darker coloring, like her hair, her eyebrow, all of that coloring is darker. Here's a beautiful still of her in one of her movies. Same thing. Enhancements using the colors of her hair, all of that. And then they really like, she just has that beautiful pouty mouth. So really like just like playing up that like kind of flushed lip. So if you want a super in-depth explanation of how to create a makeup look based around your coloring, then check out that video that I linked. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is, if you are trying to recreate a Monica Bellucci makeup look, what you want to do is tailor it for your face, okay? Do not fight your features by trying to create her features. Use your features, okay? There are certain tips that you can pick up from this, and that's exactly what we're going to do. That's what I'm gonna be showing you today. But you do not want to fight your features to try and look more like her, because this makeup look is tailored to her features, not yours, okay? When it comes to my eyes, I have a very different eye shape than Monica. I mean, it's just obvious, right? It's just obvious. So I'm gonna really utilize my eyebrow color and my eye color, which are very like similar in value, to kind of guide like how dark I go. I do not want to go too dark, like way darker than all of my coloring, and I do not want to go way too light, okay? So I don't want to go like ridiculously light. A little bit darker and a little bit lighter than the values that are already existing in my face. That's what I want to focus on. The areas that you really want to like focus on the eyeliner, especially on the upper lid, okay? Now, in keeping with my coloring, I have a couple of pencils that I want to play around with. I have the this crayon pencil from LH Cosmetics in the shade Greige. I have this Lisa Eldridge Seamless eyeliner. Oh wait, I wasn't gonna use that. And then I have these two Kosas eyeliners in Depth and Allure. So Depth is like a slightly lighter, warmer brown, and then Allure is like a darker brown. So those are the eyeliners that I'm going to be focusing on. Now I'm gonna start off with this Greige color because if you look at it, I mean, if I put it on the back of my hand, you can see that the value of it is very, very similar. When I say the value, I mean the contrast of the color is very, very similar to my shirt, but also to my iris and my eyebrow color. Okay, so it's not too dark. It's somewhere like living in that mid-range. So I'm going to use this to define just above my eyeline. So we're gonna work in some stages here. I have clean lids right now. I need to sharpen this, hold on. So I'm gonna line my entire lash line with this eyeliner. And I wanna make sure that I'm getting into the base of my lashes. And then I'm gonna take my Rephr 03 brush and just gently buff and blend that out. But I'm gonna keep it like pretty tight to the lash line. Okay, so can you see that we've already like started defining around the lash line? It's very, very soft and subtle because it works with all of the coloring that I have going on. Now Monica, because she has darker hair, darker eyebrows, darker eyes, could probably just go straight in with like a super dark brown or even a black, and it's not going to look crazy or jarring, like over the top or jarring because of her coloring. So keep in mind what your coloring is. Use your eyebrows, use your hair as a guide. If you have like crazy like magenta hair, well, you can still use that as a guide. But maybe use your like natural hair color or again your eye color as a guide. I'm gonna do the same thing using this on my lower lash line. If I look at all of the Monica Bellucci photos, she basically just has like a really soft, subtle definition going on her lower lash line. Just like that. I'm going to use the same brush, my 03, just to buff and blend that, keeping it like where I applied it, not buffing it out too much. So we're just starting to define the eyes. Now she does have definition around her crease, so I'm going to use that same eyeliner and I'm just going to kind of like sketch just above my crease. Just using like her anatomy as a guide. I'm using that same 03 brush just to add like a little bit of shadow and definition to the crease, like super, super natural, you know? Like couldn't even really tell, just kind of creates like a nice shadow in that area. But the focus of the eyes is really going to be on the eyeliner, the upper eyeliner. Now I'm gonna go into a darker brown. I think I'm gonna use Kosas Depth, which is the slightly warmer, lighter brown. Now I'm gonna use this to really build up the contrast on the outer part of the eye. Not even taking it halfway in, and then as soon as I place it down, I'm going back in with my 03 and patting and blending. For now, I'm not gonna take it out further than my eye. I just wanna kind of slowly build this up. Do a little bit of tight lining in that same area so that it looks cohesive when I go in with my mascara. I'm just going to dot this along my lash line toward the inner corner. And then tapping and blending. I'm trying not to like really thicken up this area, but I do want to add a little bit of definition. Now for my lower lash line, I'm gonna do just a teeny little bit of that. The very outer. Again, not even taking it halfway. And then softening. Now there are looks where it doesn't look like she's wearing anything in her waterline, and then there are others where it looks like she is. I kind of want to do a little bit more of the sultry version where there's like a little bit more contrast. So I'm going to go back in with my LH Cosmetics eyeliner. I'm going to place this in my waterline just to add a little definition and like sultry vibes, you know? It just kind of like finishes it off, but because it's lighter than that dark brown, it doesn't look like too much. If I was using just the dark brown, it might end up making, because of my coloring, my eyes look a little bit heavy or too closed off. It's not gonna have that same like effortless kind of look, you know? All right, I'm gonna go in with my Tower 28 setting powder, and I'm just gonna set my lids. I'm gonna leave my like natural color up here though. All right, I'm gonna grab the Master Mattes, the Neutrals palette from Makeup by Mario, and I'm gonna go in with MN5, I think. And I'm gonna use a very precise crease brush from, this is the 14 from Rever. And what I'm gonna do is just define, like go over that eyeliner, just gently define this area. Blending up and out. I don't wanna make it like too much. Just kind of like a natural shadow. And this color is really nice because it very much emulates the colors that I've already used on my face, my contour and bronzer color. Now I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that same color and I'm going to buff this over that eyeliner to soften it. So I'm focusing this along the lash line. I'm gonna keep the rest of the lid matte. And then as I get to the outer corner, I'm just gonna connect it to that crease color. And then whatever's left over on that brush, I'm just gonna buff it under the lower lash line. No additional product, just whatever's left over just to soften and connect. I'm gonna take that same color and my Sigma EO6 little angled guy. I'm gonna use the dark brown. There's a dark brown in the palette, this guy right here. I'm gonna dip into that. And I'm gonna use this to ever so slightly sharpen up my inner corner. Just the tiniest bit, just because she has like more pointed inner corner and mine are a little bit more rounded. But you'll notice that I'm doing like literally nothing. I'm like barely putting product there, just like the teeniest little bit to sharpen so that I'm not adjusting my eye shape too much, you know? It's just like, ooh, just like a little bit. I'm gonna use that same liner brush. I'm gonna pick up that dark brown and I'm going to use this to kind of set and soften the first liners we went in with. So I'm looking down into a mirror and I'm just patting this on top. This part might seem like a lot of steps, but it's all these little tiny layers that make makeup look like it's just like, you know, a part of your skin. And now I'm gonna use that same color and brush, and I'm just gonna do the tiniest little lift at the outer corner. Because that's one of the amazing things about her eyes, is that they're just like lifted. They're just like, oh, Sophia Loren eyes, you know what I mean? So nothing crazy, just like the tiniest little lift, which is just going to help like make the lashes give that natural kind of like almond shape to the eye. Now this is where, if you have a lot of folds or creases, go from like the very outer corner. Like you don't have to lift that liner up too high. I'm literally just focusing it like in the area where I don't have, like where my eye doesn't fold as much, you know? Don't feel like you need to lift the wing up high. You can just go from like the very outer corner and kind of swoop it up. Whatever works for your eye shape. Like we need to make this flattering for you, you know? Otherwise there's no point in doing it. Because like I said, we don't all look like Monica Bellucci. But just the tiniest. And if it's like, if you have hooded eyes, you can just do like a really soft sort of blend. Doesn't need to be like a perfect wing. That's one of the benefits of using powders. And then I'm gonna use that same brown powder. And you'll notice I'm using brown for all of this because it works so much better with my coloring. Like I have warmer coloring, I have lighter coloring. I'm gonna take a teeny bit of that. Just right there. Just right there. Just in that little area. And then I'm gonna go in with my 03. Do a tiny soft softening, blending. Just like that, okay? Now in this photo, she has like a little bit more definition, like right out here. So I'm gonna go back in with my 14 and that first crease color and just build up right here. I'm not gonna take it in far. Just gonna kind of push that back a little bit. And then what you can do is you can leave these separated, or you can kind of pat that lighter shadow into this little thing, which is going to soften it and make it look a little bit more one, you know? Like if you look at that, it's just like softer and less disconnected. All right, I'm just gonna curl my lashes with my Velour Lash Curler, and then I'm gonna apply a light coat of the, why do I always wanna say House Labs? Half Magic mascara. Oh, get out of my eye. Oh, Jesus. So I'm not worrying about using a waterproof mascara because the lashes just kind of will like fade into the eyeliner. And since the eyeliner is very, or like the eyeshadow eyeliner situation that we have going on is very like this, I don't feel that I need the lashes to be like super duper up. I'm gonna focus them a little bit more like angular. Why the fallout? Why? It's rude. And same with the lower lash line. I'm focusing on the lower. Like I'm gonna coat all of my lashes, but I'm gonna do a lighter coat and focus on like the very outer part. It's the whole point of this eyeliner. Just like makes the eye shape, it makes the lashes just look like fluffy and natural. So that's eyes for now. I might go in with a little bit of shimmer at some point. You can leave them completely matte. I personally think that like this sort of like matte, smoky look is really, really flattering. It encompasses the vibe of her eye makeup very much. Now, again, our eye shapes are very different. So it's going to look, no matter what I do, very different on me. But everything that I did is enhancing my features the way it enhances her features. Next, I want to go into blush. I obviously have the rest of my base makeup on. I did bronzer, contour, all of that stuff. But she has a very draped blush happening. These are the Blush is Life baked blushes from Kosas. And this one is in the shade Dreamland. And I think that the colors just really complement the colors that she uses and also like what I'm going to be going for here. So I'm going to use my brush, Refer. Just gonna dip in, and I'm specifically, I mean, I'm gonna be using my brush anyway, but I'm specifically using my brush because it's really great. The way the shape that she has for her blush is very much like contoured. So I'm gonna kind of like use this in my contour. Rather than putting it like up high on my cheek, sort of placing it in my contour, I'm gonna kind of like scoop the cheekbone. So it kind of goes like this, and then like this. Now from the photos I can see, her tones are slightly more on the mauve side. This is a little bit more on the peachy side to complement my skin tone. Okay, but it's just gonna be like that. Just a little bit of like draping of the blush. Which is funny because it's actually a technique that I've been thinking I want to kind of switch to for a little while. Because I've been putting my blush like super high and like not only super high, but like super high up on my cheekbone. And I'm kind of over it. So I think I might be utilizing this technique a little bit more. Just to kind of enhance, it helps to enhance those cheekbones. Yeah, it's very much like in this hollow of the cheeks so that when she smiles, this area is nice and light and this area is still like nice and highlighted. I like that. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Okay, lips. Oh, her lips are so iconic. Her lip look is so iconic. All right, so I actually wanted to get like close to the lip color that she uses. But again, I want it to work for me, for my skin tone. I don't want it to be way too dark because she's definitely like darker colored than I am. I picked up the ColourPop Lippy Pencil. This is in the shade Beeper, and I think that this is like really, really close to her like vibe. So I'm just gonna line my lips like I usually do. Kind of gonna emulate her shape. I'm gonna do a lot of work with this lip pencil specifically. But remember, don't fight your features. There are certain like areas where you can take liberties, but then I'm gonna do a slight contouring of the lips with Endless Cacao from Makeup Forever. Very slight. She just has such a pouty, like such a pouty lip. Then I'm going to go in with, okay, so I'm gonna mix, I think. It's hard to tell. Maybe I'll just use this color. This is Half Magic Mouth Cloud in Mr. Sheiky Pants. I love that. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hand because I wanna see how this color, maybe a little bit warm, but it'll work nicely with my coloring. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna apply it with my Refer 21 brush. I think it's a little too light. I mean, it's pretty perfect for me because it sort of like tones down the mauve tones in the lip liner and brings back some of the peach that we're using on the cheeks. And then I'm gonna slightly blend that, tapping into that lip liner. That's really pretty, actually. I feel like that's perfect. It's probably lighter than what she uses, but again, so am I. So, you know. And then to soften this lip liner, because I was trying to get real pouty, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of translucent powder. And what I'm gonna do is just pat this around the edges of the lips. So over that lip liner. That was pretty good. All right, I don't know about highlight. Her face in all of these photos looks pretty matte, but that's just not how I roll. But maybe we'll just leave it. It's very actually difficult to tell if she has shimmer on her eyes. Like there's some photos where it looks like she might have like a teeny little bit of something in her inner corner and on her lid. But for the most part, it looks pretty matte. So I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. What do you think? Did we nail it? All right, guys, this is the finished look. Obviously, do your base makeup, your contour, your bronzer, do all of those things for your face shape, okay? Don't just look at her photo and try to emulate everything exactly. Again, if you have a different eye shape, you're gonna have to adjust. You're gonna have to adjust your colors. Please check out that video that I mentioned because it will go into depth as to like what you should be keeping in mind when it comes to color, when it comes to matte, when it comes to neutrals, all of those things, and how to make it look cohesive with the rest of your coloring. This is a really great example, I think. I think that we like really pulled off the essence of her makeup. Obviously it looks different on me. I don't look anything like her, you know what I mean? I think we succeeded in kind of creating the vibe. So hopefully this tutorial will help you if you've been trying to recreate her makeup look and failing, but do keep in mind your features, keep in mind what works best for you. Cause like, well, I don't think we should all just be trying to like recreate Monica Bellucci's makeup. I think we should be using it as inspiration to create our own signature look. You know what I mean? I like it. I love this lip. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, comment, like, subscribe. Become a member if you want to watch members only live streams. We're going to be doing that. If you become a member, and we've already done them, they are all going to stay up on the channel, by the way. So if you become a member and you missed a bunch of live streams, you can go back and watch them, just so you know. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Click.